what we're looking at today is to find the area of this shaded region. Now we're actually on the coordinate plane, which means we're able to pull from that to assist us. Let us just take a look at what's going on here. So one of the things that we notice is that we can actually cut this up into smaller shapes and then we work with them. So let us put this into smaller shapes. For example, here we have a kite, and then I have another kite here of the same dimension. So we have 4 kites that are actually congruent. Let's mark them off. So I have 4 kites right there. Also, what I can do is I could keep cutting this up into more. So if I just extend this line here, I'm looking at a rectangle here, and I'm seeing the same size rectangle here as well. So I'm cutting this up into smaller pieces, and then more rectangles. So definitely I cut this up into a number of rectangles and 4 kites. Now, the most work that we have to do is really to find the area of the kites, because we can easily count the squares that are captured in the rectangles. So I'm going to find the area of the kite. But remember, to find the area of the kite, the area of the kite is that we need diagonal 1, and we're going to multiply that by diagonal 2, and then we divide that by 2. That's the area of a kite. All right? Now, these are congruent kites. Let's look at diagonal 1, which is right here. So that's my diagonal 1 right here. I'm just going to call that D1. So here's my diagonal 1. The good thing about being on the grid is that if we look closely, we will get a right triangle right here, which means I could count the units here. So this is 2 units here, and this is 2 units. So I can now employ the Pythagorean theorem to find my diagonal 1. So basically, diagonal 1 square is equal to 2 square plus 2 square. And this is going to equal to 4 plus 4, which is 8. So if I'm going to find diagonal 1, I have to take the square root of 8. So diagonal 1 is the square root of 8, and I'm going to keep that there. Now, diagonal 2, so if I look at the second diagonal right here, we could just take a quick look at the second diagonal right here. The second diagonal would be this way. So let me take this off too. Give me 1 second. So the second diagonal will be this way. This is diagonal 2 right here. So that's the second diagonal. But if you look closely, I'm able to pull off a right triangle here. Using the second diagonal, here is my 90 degrees here. And then we have 3 units here and 3 units here. So I'm going to find that hypotenuse leg right there. So I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem here to assist me one more time. So diagonal 2 squared is going to equal to 3 squared plus 3 squared. And this is going to give me 9 plus 9, which is 18. Right now, diagonal 2 is the square root of 18. So now I'm going to just simply employ this idea that diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2 will give me the area of one of those kites. So let us find the area of just one of these kites right now. So one of the kites area, just one, it's going to equal to square root of 18 times square root of 8 divided by 2. All right? Now, the square root of 18 times the square root of 8 is actually the square root of 144 over 2. Now, remember that when you multiply radicals, you could create one radical and multiply the radicants. So 18 times 8 is 144. And the square root of 144 is actually 12. So we're looking at 12 divided by 2. So we have 6 square units right here, right? So we have 6 square units for 1, right? 6 square unit is just for 1 kite. So for 4 kites, so in other words then, let us fix this up. So for 1 kite, we actually have 6 square units. So let us just put this on. So this is a 6 here. It means that this is 6, this is 6, and this is 6. So there it is that we were able to put those on. Now let's take a look at the rectangles now. This is a 6 by 2 rectangle, or you could count all the squares inside. We're gonna get 12 right there. You count this 6 by 2, we're gonna get 12 here as well. Here is a 4 by 1, this is 4. This is a 6 by 1, this is 6. Here is another 4 by 1, this is 4 here. And here I have another 6 by 1, which is 6. So you could put together, this is 10 here, this is 10 here. So let's add, notice that we have captured all that shaded region with smaller shapes. Now we could just add everything together. What do I mean? The shaded region overall is going to equal to 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, that's 24, plus 6 plus 4, that's 10, plus 6 plus 4, that's 10, plus 12 here, plus another 12 here. When we add that together, we're actually getting 68 units squared. So there it is, we found the area of this shaded region, but we did it by cutting this up into smaller shapes that we're well comfortable and well able to see, and then we put it all together. Thank you for watching DellyMaths Concepts, and look out for more videos like this. Thank you. Bye-bye.